This is Tanks Vlog for September 8th, 2017, wrapping up today in sports. It's the first Football Friday, but before we hit football, let's take a look at what happened in majors on Friday night. The Cleveland Indians are as hot as a pistol. 16 straight wins. They're getting great pitching performances every night. They've just come off an 11-game road trip, which was a perfect road trip, and now they've beaten the Orioles in the first game of a 10-game homestand. The division's all but wrapped up, and it's like every night they get a great pitching performance. Tonight it was Mike Clevenger who did the job for the Indians. It's incredible what's gone on in Cleveland. Now they're just 4 games away from that historic Oakland A's streak, and I would not doubt them equaling or topping what the A's did in 2002. It's just like the Indians. They were laying in the weeds all year. They were playing baseball. They had the division in their hands most of the season, but now they've just got the stranglehold and they look focused on in October. Meanwhile, the team that was the best team in baseball all summer just cannot win a game. The SI Jinx Dodgers, now 2-13 since that cover came out. They've lost 8 in a row, lost again to the Colorado Rockies, while the Diamondbacks' winning streak ended at 13 today. I just don't know what's happened to the Dodgers. All of a sudden, they can't win anymore. Best ever? I think not. Yankees lost an ugly game today. Red Sox now back up to 4.5 games. You see, that's it. We now know who the 6 division winners are going to be. No doubt about it. Now it's all up to the wild cards. So we'll be taking a look at that as the rest of the regular season goes. But now it's time to start getting ready for football. And it's our first full Football Friday, where we go over the 6-pack picks for college football, brought to you by MyBookie AG. The 6 games I've chosen are, first off, is Penn State versus Pitt. Penn State's getting a lot of points, 21 points, and they did lose to Pittsburgh last year, but Pittsburgh is not the same team they were last year. They've lost a lot of players. They lost their offensive coordinator, and Penn State looks like they're even better than they were last year with the thrashing last week of Akron. I don't like giving 21 points, but I just don't see how Pittsburgh can really make this game that close. I really like Nittany Lions. I'm picking the final score 41-17. Of course, you can check the link below for more information. One of the best games of the week is going to be Auburn versus Clemson. Last year, Clemson went into Auburn on the way to winning the national championship and won a game. This is another team, Clemson. They don't have Deshaun Watson anymore. They both still have good defenses. It was a close game last year, and I like this to be another close game. But this time, I like the Auburn Tigers to get the win in Clemson. Notre Dame, they played well last week. They did what they had to do. But I just don't like them against an SEC team. Georgetown's actually getting points in this game. So I definitely like Georgetown in the points, and I think Georgetown even gets the win. I just Notre Dame I think they're going to be a lot better this year, but you know when you get like a top tier program like Georgia, I just don't think they're going to win the game. Probably the best game of the week is in Columbus, where Oklahoma plays Ohio State. Both these teams are going to be factors in the national championship this year. I really like the Buckeyes. They got too many weapons. Baker Mayfield, if the only way the Sooners have a chance to win this game is if Baker Mayfield has the game of his life, and I just don't think that's going to happen on the road at the Horseshoe. So I'm taking Ohio State and the 7.5 with this one. Last week, USC, they struggled against Western Michigan, but I think that was just a mirage. I think everything's going to be fine with the Trojans. I think Sam Darnold is going to be as good as advertised. They got a huge game this week against Stanford. They're 5.5-point favorites. And I like the Trojans. I like Darno to have a big game at the Coliseum. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams meet again at the Pac-12 championship game. And our final of the 6-pack picks is Washington State against Boise State. Now, Boise State, they sneak up on teams every now and then. But Washington State is strong this year. Last year, these two teams played. Boise State won on the blue turf. This year, I think Washington State gets to win. But at 10-point favorites, I don't like that number. I don't like that number at all. Take the Broncos, and at 10, take Washington State to win the game outright, but Boise State to cover. That's our 6-pack picks in college football. Tomorrow, I will go over in detail some of the best professional games in the league where they pay for pay to get you pumped up for Sunday's action. But college football, we really got it. We're in full swing now. Football Fridays, MyBookie AG, get in on the action. Now, before we go off the air, let's take our look at our 3 stars today. Michael Taylor, who hit an inside-the-park grand slam and leading the Nationals to victory over the Phillies, is our number 1 star. Josh Reddick, who had 4 RBIs leading the Astros over the Oakland A's, is our number 2 star. And the aforementioned Mike Clevenger is the number 3 star. And the Cleveland Indians, what a streak. I can't believe... When you hit 16 in a row in baseball, you really are doing something. It's only the 3rd time this has happened since 1952. Incredible. Now, today's birthday shout-out goes to the man that was born, Joe Theismann. Yes, his name is Joe Theismann. But when he went to Notre Dame, he suddenly became Joe Theismann, so it rhymed with Heisman. Today, he turned 68. And we also take a look back at Barstool Sports and SportsEncyclopedia.com, our great On This Date feature, which we do every day. Looks back at the very first AFL game between the Denver Broncos and the Boston Patriots, which was won by the Broncos with these hideous vertical stripe uniforms that they actually ended up burning when they finally got rid of them. And they actually wore them as throwback uniforms. I couldn't believe that. So take a look back at the first AFL game, and we also got an NFL update done. Miami Dolphins, my team. Check out the Miami Dolphins history picture gallery page, Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.